I feel like I'm losing my mind.
In a world filled with the glittering lights of the entertainment industry, one name shines too brightly to ignore: Kim Taehyung. He's more than just an idol. He's a feeling made human. But ironically, when the storm hits, the very place that should be his protector chooses to remain silent. HYBE, a major agency long known as a home for stars, suddenly becomes alien to one of their most precious gems. In their silence, the world begins to speak. The spotlight is no longer solely on Taehyung, but on the silence of those who should be speaking. Taehyung isn't the type of artist to seek attention with drama. He's touched the hearts of millions with just a gentle glance, with a genuine smile he always shares even when his heart is weary. But now, that smile is slowly fading. There's an unconcealable sadness behind his eyes. Questions are starting to emerge. What's really going on behind the scenes? Why does HYBE seem to withdraw when their idol is in the midst of rumors and slander? Is this just a strategy of silence? Or is there something darker being deliberately hidden? Fans are not keeping quiet. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even international forums, they united. They launched campaigns, raised hashtags, and petitions. But it wasn't just about defending him. They demanded clarity, transparency, and more than that, they wanted Taehyung to know he wasn't alone. What hurt wasn't just rumors or wild speculation, but the silence from those who should have provided protection. HYBE isn't just a company. They have a moral responsibility. When someone like Taehyung, who has given so much to the company and their fans, isn't protected, it's no longer negligence, it's betrayal. Taehyung has endured so much with his head held high. He maintains a professional demeanor, still greeting fans with a smile, even though his heart may be breaking. But behind every facade, fans see cracks. They realize something isn't right, and they demand justice not with angry shouts, but with unwavering love. Many began to speculate. Is there an internal conflict? Is this silence a form of silent punishment from the agency? Or is there a hidden agenda deliberately putting Taehyung in a vulnerable position? The Korean entertainment industry is known for its harshness. But this is no excuse to ignore human values. Taehyung is not a product. He is a human being. And sadly, HYBE's silence makes him seem like nothing more than a number on a financial report. Fans know that true love is when you stick it out despite feeling betrayed. But even the strongest love can crack if it's constantly hurt. And if HYBE doesn't speak up soon, if they continue to choose silence, they may lose more than just their reputation. They'll lose trust. Now, it's not just fans who are speaking out. International media are taking notice. Influencers are voicing their concerns, and even former staff and industry observers are revealing that HYBE's silence is hiding something bigger than just a communication strategy. Amidst all this, Taehyung keeps going. He doesn't retaliate. He doesn't complain. But his silence isn't a sign of resignation. It's a sign of strength that he won't lower his dignity even when the system tries to bring him down. But the world can't keep waiting. When a major institution like HYBE fails to show its humanity, the public will take action. Fans are no longer just passive spectators. They are now voices of justice. Taehyung has given his all. He has warmed the world with his songs, sharing hugs with every glance he makes on screen. But the big question is, who will warm Taehyung's world when he's frozen in loneliness? This isn't just about one idol. It's about all the artists who have ever felt marginalized by the system. It's about the importance of humanity in a world too busy counting numbers and popularity. HYBE could have chosen to remain silent. But the world has woken up. They're not just watching, they're ready to act. And if the voices of love from millions of hearts aren't enough to open their eyes, then a greater wave of resistance will come. Not with hatred, but with the power of truth. Because Taehyung doesn't deserve to be left alone in the storm. He deserves protection commensurate with the love he's given. And if the system can't do that, then the world will be his shield. But time passed, and HYBE's silence went from strange to suspicious. When a company built on fans' love for their idols chooses to ignore the voices of the masses, it's not just mismanagement, it's a betrayal of trust. More and more fans felt that this wasn't just a case of negligence. It seemed like a conscious decision, as if they were deliberately leaving Taehyung alone amidst the torrent of attacks. They didn't speak up, didn't offer clarification, or even show empathy, as if Taehyung's presence was now a burden to be kept at bay. After all, HYBE wouldn't be what it is today without the foundation of love from fans who believe they care. And Taehyung, with all his authentic charm, wasn't just a contributor to popularity. He was the identity, the face, and the soul of the brand's warmth. Now, the world was beginning to compare. Why was Taehyung, known for being the calmest, most polite, and most thoughtful, left to become an unprotected target? Was it because he never defended himself? Was it because he was too quiet to create controversy for profit? All of this created a collective wound. Behind every tweet, video of support, and digital poster circulating online, there was a frustration that could no longer be hidden. Many began to ask, if Taehyung can be treated like this, what will happen to other idols who are not as popular as him? The trust that was once solid was now beginning to crack. HYBE seemed to have forgotten that in this industry, fan loyalty isn't built on content, but on a respectfully maintained emotional connection. When fans' love is disregarded, they can transform from a supporting force into a force of oppression. Even foreign media began to raise this issue. Article after article appeared, questioning why a company as large as HYBE chose to remain silent. Interviews with industry experts began to question whether this was part of a strategy or an unsolved internal crisis. Speculation grew. Could this be part of a behind-the-scenes power play? Yet amidst all the noise and pressure, Taehyung remained as he always was, calm, humble, and strong in silence. But that was precisely what made fans' hearts ache even more. They knew that behind that calm facade, there were wounds that were not shown. There were tears that were not shed. And there's a weariness that's never been expressed. Some fans even staged virtual protests. They sent LED trucks, showing videos of support in front of the HYBE building. They sent love letters, flowers, and messages that didn't ask for anything in return, just hoping Taehyung would know. We're here. We're with you. But how long will things go on like this? How long will truth be sacrificed to maintain image? How long will this system continue to treat idols as pawns while the very thing that makes them shine is left to hurt? We're not talking about a single incident. This is a series of accumulated indifference. Fans have shown loyalty. But if that loyalty isn't reciprocated with protection, then that love will turn to disappointment. And when disappointment spreads, no PR strategy can save it all. Taehyung didn't ask for defense, but the world gave it. Because kindness shouldn't be repaid with loneliness, and sincerity shouldn't be repaid with neglect. Now, all eyes are on one thing. What will HYBE do? Will they continue to turn a deaf ear and cover up the pain with a fake smile? Or will they ultimately choose the nobler path? Speaking out, apologizing, and making amends? Because if not now, then when? And if HYBE doesn't protect Taehyung, then the public will remember one important thing, that even the biggest stars can leave if their homes no longer provide a sense of security.